Alright guys, we're starting today's video kind of stuck. The trail has come to an abrupt end. So, I gotta turn this big boy around. Double checking I got all my stuff together. You guys probably already know what I'm gonna do. So a bike this big, probably people that's like, oh, you just put it on the kickstand, spin it around. Well, for me, I let the bike do the work. A couple 3-point turns here on a hill, and look at that, boom, we're ready to go. Okay, so I am still riding my Adventure Waypoint tires. Pardon my reach. Make sure the camera's right. 362 miles on these tires. We're in some deep sand in this area. Got some water crossings. Let's get going. So I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah. If this is going to be a continuation of a video that I was just making, or if it's going to be a separate video. We'll just see how it works out. Here's a nice water crossing. Oh, shoes up. Some rocks in there. All right. Yeah, the terrain is very sandy. I think it's because we had so much rain. You know, these hills and stuff, and the marbly consistency of the area. When it rains, it just kind of dumps into the valleys, which is good. So basically, I want to continue to talk about the suspension setups. It's riding great. We won't spend a lot of time on that. I'm gonna get a little brisker in this section of the video and stand up. My previous video, when I was rating the impact of the suspension changes, I was seated the whole time, mostly 99%. And believe it or not, I mean, even when I stand up, it's noticeable. Just overall performance of the bike, it's noticeable. So the other thing I'm going to also try to figure out is, what is that noise? Maybe it just needs a little water, because I don't hear it now after splashing through that creek bed. Oh, there it comes. Right there. Ooh. It's almost, I'm trying to tell if it's always on deceleration, you know, I let off the throttle. Guys, it is a beautiful day. You guys can hear when I get a little air. So something I was thinking about, I hear, you know, I read the comments, and I've heard people say like the front tire versus the rear tire performance. If you guys can expand on that, like how do you, I mean, I'm assuming when, you know, because there's some people that have like a different brand of tire in the front versus the rear, and I guess I'm just saying, what's all that about? Is it like you're washing out and that means front tire bad, versus breaking loose in the rear? Help me understand that in the comments if you would. Like I said, my plan, at least in the coming months, is, you know, to swap both tires. And in this sandy pit area that I'm in right now, I mean, I could feel a little bit in the front end back there, but you know, it's not like when I had more pressure in the front end and it felt like I was going to break loose. But I would definitely appreciate that. I mean, maybe ultimately when I find the perfect tires for me, maybe it'll be a mixed brand. I've just never done that. I don't know. And I really thought I was going to be troubleshooting my Gremlin on board, but it's not doing it now. Might just be the way I'm riding, I don't know. There it is. If I goose it, oh man, I gotta be careful. My knee right there. I felt it in my knee. Mile High is not as young as he used to be. But good news is I'm on a KLR, so I can just sit and ride my way all the way home. If I hurt myself. When I first started riding this area, I don't know, 15 years ago, very new and very naive, and I turned the bike over out here and I didn't have any body armor on at all, and landed on a rock on my shoulder, and probably as close to dislocating, maybe I did dislocate it, I don't know. I know it hurt so bad I couldn't tell the difference, and that got me out of riding for a while. Like, I sold that bike. That was an older 450. It was just carbureted, you know. I got a fuel injected 450, which I need to get out, work on that bike, get it back running. But when I came across those handlebars, oh my goodness, and I was by myself like I am today, and I've done a lot of riding out here with friends since then. Like, I know the area pretty well, but wow, man, like, the first thing it dawned on me was how far away I was from the truck. And with that 450, I typically, you know, truck it out here because it has really soft tires. Because with that thing, I get in it, man. Like the single track. I mean, there's boulder climbs out here. I mean, there's some really dangerous stuff. It's an excellent challenge, but you have to know your limitations, you know. Just like Clint Eastwood used to say, a man's got to know his limitations. Wow, what a gorgeous day. But yeah, I was able to one arm pick that bike up and get back on it, and I want to say it's my left shoulder, so it was very hard to shift it. So I just kind of set it in probably second gear and just barely put it all the way home. And that was out in the woods too, not like this is pretty cool in here, but there's areas in here. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I'll get back into single track mode. Yeah, it's dangerous. And there's areas that you get up in there and it's some dang boulder crossing, and like you need to be able to pick up your bike. That's why I don't take Fat Boy in there. Well, and I don't want to tear this bike up. I really like this motorcycle. And this is so much fun here. I mean, just being out in the woods. Which, depending on how I feel, I might do a little backwoods riding for a separate video today. Just because you know, it seems like everything's hooking up so well. Just kind of see what I can get into with these tires. But I have got stuck in these woods before, and that makes for, you know, usually if I'm going to do that, I do that in the beginning of a ride. I got plenty of energy, plenty of tackling fuel, tackle those obstacles. See, every bit of this is all marble sand. There's some tough, there's some hard pack in here. I usually aim for that in the corners. Yeah, it seems like my Gremlin's gonna, well, I am going downhill and I got the throttle closed. How many of you guys have had, you KLR riders, man? Have you guys had like little Gremlins and stuff? I mean, you know, this bike is known to just be absolutely bulletproof. Which in my experience thus far, it's that way. I mean, it's my first season with it, but I'd like to hear about that. And I don't know, I think like the different Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 KLRs have different, maybe it has different known issues. I haven't made a video on the Thermobob yet, and the doohickey, the chain tensioner. Like I said, my intention is to not do those mods. I'm just gonna wait, and if it fails, then I'll fix it, you know. I'm gonna go that far. Or it might depend too on how many miles. Like if I get super high miles, maybe. But as I said in another video, there was a mechanic in Utah that worked on thousands of KLRs, and he's never worked on one to repair that failure. And they do that modification on it, you know, but they've never fixed one. So I think that says a lot. But maybe I'll be the one, because I said that. I'll be the one. And I'll be way out on the other side of Red Cone somewhere, and my video will be like hitchhiking home. Whoop. Whoop, there it is. Yeah. But this guy is definitely hooking up good today. Feels so good. Makes me so happy, because this is where I like to be, in the woods, in the sand, in the dirt. But I like to, oh shoot, oh, I had to stand up on that one. That crevasse was kind of deep. And you know, when I think about, and I'll probably do it once I get the 450 running, I'll probably do a review, like a versus, a comparison between the KLR 650 and the, what is that bike? It's a Yamaha. I'm gonna say it wrong right now. It's gonna be a YZF or something like that. I think a YZ is two-stroke. Oh man, right there, right in the rock. And that's how you stall it. I was concerned about that front tire being low pressure. That's the second time I've stalled this bike in a video. I just didn't want to hit that rock. I'm scared of getting a flat. Well, that suspension's good. There it is. What is that noise? What is that? Got to get right in there to get it to resonate. And I don't know, this might become B-roll, because I am just enjoying myself today. So I had another viewer that mentioned, what do you call that, putting risers on the bars, you know, like a 1-inch riser. And they did not recommend using what they did. They said just getting a 1-inch though made a big difference for them. So I will research that. I was kind of pulling on the cables when I was riding into the woods today to see if I got 1 inch worth of, you're right there, what is that? See if I got 1 inch of play, or if I'm going to have to do something with a, I don't know, if I don't want to have to change the cables out. I don't stand up enough for that. But if I can just get the risers in there and raise the bars up, you know, for me, I'm 6'2", and I've got knuckle dragging arms, but they ain't that long, so 1 inch would help. But I'm definitely a knuckle dragger. I think it's funny, like when you get kind of too low in the RPMs and you throttle out and that torque comes in, you get that Millennium Falcon effect, you know. When you really should have downshifted, but I'm just too lazy, so I don't. Oh, shizzle. That's the same spot right there, man. Like, I actually drug the, when I slid around right there, it drug the bottom of my boot. It's the same spot. It gets me every time. What is that? Whew. Just shake off, whatever that is, making that sound. And I haven't changed the exhaust. It ain't like I've opened up the exhaust on this thing to change the exhaust note. Right there. Right there. Something's rattling. That's going to aggravate me all the way home. Oop. Alright, so this is a decision point right here. I don't know if I'm gonna, man, I think I'm gonna stay the trail. That guy there's taking a break. Let's go up here. So in the upper end, it doesn't do it. Right there, hear that as it comes down? Man, I really need your guys' help on that. I wonder sometimes when I'm riding through the woods and talking to you guys, if people hear me talking to myself, like outside of my helmet, they're like, what is that? Who's that dude talking to? Calculating route. Oh, there it was again. Oof. It's funny how sometimes you don't even see some of these pits in here, maybe because of the shadowing. It's still more forgiving. Even that oof back there was like, I've come home when, like, with a sore tailbone, you know, from before I change the suspension settings. Let's see here. Wow, man, this road is really tore up. Grumbling. See, it's like right as you cross the mid-range. That's what it feels like to me anyway. It's like just on the other side of the torque curve. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I found a line. Oh, took a stick to the shin. I don't have my shin protectors on. That'll be a bruise. What gear do you guys wear? Like, I've got a whole body armor set that I wear when I'm in a 450, because I mean, I've got, it's like riot gear that I wear when I'm single tracking. I guess I kind of assumed that with a road like this, even though it can be tactical, it can be technical, I got a lot of options, you know what I mean? Like, unless I start going really fast, and then, you know, you have less sight distance and judgment time and all that. I don't wear the body armor. Now, if I lay it down and get hurt, that'll be the last time I say that, but I mean, I've got my motorcycle pants on, but they're not necessarily armored. My jacket I'm wearing does have armor. It's got some light armor in it. But when I say body armor, like, you know guys what I'm talking about, like the hard plastic shell, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You doing, Crow? So hopefully you guys can see that. Like, you gotta choose your line. You come through here and get off in a rut full of boulders. But yeah, so then I've got like full covers my knee and shin, like hard plastic. You know, I got the thing I wear on my arms, and I've got my upper body has got hard plastic covering on it. That's what I ride for single track when me and Baby Hyde come out here. What do you guys ride with? You guys just, you know, I'm wearing a motorcycle helmet. These gloves here, really good gloves. Link in the description. But I'd wear these gloves, I mean, if I was single tracking. So I don't know, I guess, I don't know if 50% gear is the right way to say it. I mean, if I were to really go down, I would probably get hurt. I might get hurt anyway if I was wearing body armor. But yeah, if you guys are doing this kind of service road adventure, I mean, if you're just riding around town, maybe just wear blue jeans, you know. And like I said in other videos, I just wear hiking boots. Covers the ankle. It's you know, it wouldn't protect against you know, if I put my leg down in something nasty and just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, even like full motocross boots. Just depends. But I'm gonna knock on wood. Oh, here comes the side by side. I hope I don't ever experience that. There's a couple ladies in a side by side. They're like, we going out in the woods. It's a great spot, man. But yeah, definitely, as far as footwear, I like to wear something that's comfortable, and I get off the bike, you know. I've got some boots up in the attic. I can get those out. Try those again. This is like wearing ski boots, you know. Those motocross boots are really difficult to walk around. Hell, they're difficult to shift in. They're difficult to ride in. I mean, you definitely feel like you're going to war. Your feet are protected, but they is not comfortable. So if you guys have any recommendations, I am in the market. And I've been wearing these boots and I hike in these boots, and I'm trying to think what the brand is. I got them in REI, and it takes a little bit, you know, for a boot to get comfortable, kind of break it in, you know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save that backwoods riding. I'm just enjoying the ride today, guys. Man, there's fall air out here. It feels so nice. I don't want to be in too much of a hurry, guys. But the other thing I was going to say about the, you know, comparison between the 450 and the KLR, man, this bike is comfortable. This bike, the seat on this bike is comfortable. I don't know what your guys' opinion of that is, but wow, it's comfortable. And the 450, it's kind of like sitting on a 2x4, you know. I mean, it's as would be expected. That's another reason to trailer it out here. Time you get out here and your butt's had enough with that 2x4. Speaking of, I'm gonna stretch out.